if you have been going through something, or maybe you still are going through something that has hurt you so much, caused you so much pain, listen to this one, because I'm about to share a life lesson with you that is going to change your life forever. And yes, I know that sounds dramatic, but I know this to be true. You might have heard that saying, no flower is going to blossom without water, and the same concept, unfortunately, goes for your life as well. And why is that? Because as human beings, we only grow, we only change our circumstances, we only learn when we really have to, when we're being forced to. No growth, no considerable change has ever happened within your comfort zone. You might feel called out right now, but that actually is the truth. And now here comes the life lesson that is going to change everything for you. Now, what I need you to do right now is look back at your life and take a look at all of the events taking place in your life, the events that have been causing you so much, trauma, pain, tears, all of the things, and also the big happy events. And I need you to, and this is the tricky part, but I need you to go there. I need you to try to take all of the emotions out of the equations and only consider those things that happened as events. Label them only as events just for a moment so you can understand where we're trying to head at. So now that we consider them only as events, remember, we're taking all of the emotions out of it. Now that we can consider them only as events, I need you to remember what has been happening after those events. And typically, I almost want to guarantee it, it's not like in 100% of the cases, but most of the times, what has been happening after those events, you have been almost forced or automatically started taking some kind of action. Some momentum has started to stir some change, and that is what always happens after dramatic events happening in our lives. Just think about it. If that event would have not happened, you would have probably never taken that action. Whatever kind of momentum just started would have never started. And the change that started as a subsequent after the event taking place would have never occurred. Now, it's super difficult to understand that in that moment, all of those events taking place, all of the change taking place, the actions that most of the times have been forced to be taken, it's super difficult to consider that as something positive because, again, most of the times it goes along with so much trauma and pain and hurt, right, and tears. So it's very difficult to understand those things happening as something positive. But I need you to understand that when you try to change your life to begin with, when you try to up-level, when you've been asking for a new job, when you've been asking for any kind of change really, most of the times the universe will put you in some kind of position to become that version of yourself that you've been asking for, to experience the change that you've been asking for. And now remember, again, no flower can ever blossom without rain, and people typically do not change in that comfort zone, meaning in order to become the person that you actually wanted to be to begin with, you will need to be the person being able to handle all of those things, the new job, the new situation. You get what I'm saying? So now, whenever something is happening that you don't like, that might even cause you pain and tears and all of the things, I really need you to literally breathe through it and trust the process. Understand that this is probably happening, so you going to take the action required to get you where you wanted to be in the first place. Sometimes it is so difficult to see that and understand. And what is happening sometimes is that people then shrink back and get shocked and sort of go in survival mode, freeze, maybe even get into depression, and then nothing is going to happen. That is absolutely what we do not want, right? We do not want to freeze. We do not want to get into depression Just breathe yourself through the situation, through the event, through the circumstances. Trust the process. Understand that the actions you are required to be taking right now are probably needed to be taken to become the version that you want it to be. And even if it is so difficult to understand that right now and to see what is happening right now, trust the process. You're not going to be disappointed. In the long run, maybe not a year from now, but maybe 5 to 10 years from now, it will make sense. And as I'm recording this, it's raining outside. Remember, flowers need water to blossom.